Hi, hello everyone. Welcome to the part 2 of energy. So, in the first part, we discussed till mechanical energy. So, mechanical energy is the sum of kinetic as well as potential energy. Now, let us see about few more forms of energy. Some other forms of energy. Like there is a form of energy called as chemical energy. There is a form of energy known as chemical energy. So first of all, let's try to understand that what is chemical energy. See, every substance is made up of some of the atoms like hydrogen, carbon, oxygen, right? So these are making the chemical composition of that substance, and they are acting and they are stored in that substance in the form of chemical energy. Suppose you are eating food, so you are having a food, your food is going into your body and then the food is getting digested. So after the digestion of food, you feel energetic and you use that energy to do the other work. So it means that food was having some kind of energy. That food was having some kind of energy which you are utilizing it. Like the food which I have eaten giving me energy to speak, and I am speaking right now in front of you all. So I am utilizing that energy to move, to talk, body temperature. So that energy is getting converted into other forms. So that energy which was in the food, it was in the form of chemical energy. Then other example you can take is that, like for example, you must have seen inverter at your home. So in that inverter there batteries are connected in that inverter. So that batteries are having acids inside it. You must be knowing that. So that acid is made up of certain molecules of chemicals, and that molecules of chemicals are joined together. The molecule itself is held between two atoms or more than two atoms by the help of bonds. So that bonds are having energy which is keeping the molecule together. Like for example, it is having HCl molecule. So HCl, hydrochloric acid, HCl acid is made up of, its molecule is made up of two atoms, hydrogen as well as chlorine. And the two atoms are joined together with the help of a bond, with a chemical bond. So that bond is again what? A type of energy which is keeping the molecules together. So that energy is utilized of that acids to convert into electrical energy. The chemical energy stored in the battery is converted into electrical energy and utilized in our homes. So in this way we can understand the chemical energy is present all around of us in different forms. Like plants do photosynthesis. So they utilize the light energy coming from the sun, and by doing the process of photosynthesis they prepare food for themselves. So they are converting it into chemical energy. That food they utilize for themselves also, as well as they store the extra food in the form of some fruit or vegetables. So chemical energy is again, it is an example of chemical energy. So I think that you must be having an idea of chemical energy. So if you want to write definition, you can write that the energy stored in matter is called chemical energy. The energy stored in matter is called chemical energy. Now all of you know what is matter. Anything which has mass and occupies a space is known as matter. So whatever the things which you are seeing around you, they are having energy stored in them in the form of chemical energy. Then the next type of energy which you can see around you is light energy. Light energy. Like you in the daytime you open the window So there is light coming from the sun, right? Everywhere outside there is light coming from the sun. So sun is the source of that light energy. Like you switch on your bulb. So when you switch on your bulb, the light glows into your room. It spreads everywhere. So the bulb becomes the source of light energy. So the light energy is that type of energy which is making us unable to see. It is that type of energy which is making us unable to see the objects. If there is no light energy present in our surrounding, we won't be able to see the objects around us. Like it happens during the night time. If you are in a closed dark room, at that time you are unable to see the objects around you due to the absence of light energy. So light energy is making you to see the things around you. So it is another most common type of energy which is available around us. Like coming from the sun becomes the source. Coming from the bulb becomes the source. Coming from tube light becomes the source. So in this way light energy is coming. So it is energy because the plants are doing the process of photosynthesis. In that photosynthesis they are utilizing the light energy. Without light energy of the sun, plants cannot do photosynthesis. You must have read in the process. So there must be some energy stored in the light coming from the sun, which is making the plants to make their food, so giving them energy. We are also, if we are standing in sunlight, we are getting vitamin D as well as we are getting energy. So that light which is coming from the sun is having some energy. So it's a form of energy, light energy. If you want to write the definition, you can write that light is the form of energy. Light is the form of energy which makes us unable to see. Light is a form of energy which makes us unable to see. Enable, it's E-N-A-B-L-E, enable, to make happen something. In the same way, earlier in the photography process, when they used to take photographs with the negatives, so they were having the cameras, they used to capture the photo. The negatives of that photo were developed into a photograph. So in that process, a proper object was taken and that object was exposed to light. So when the light falls on that object, a photograph was created due to the effect of light. So that light reacted with that substance, it makes the substance to go under some chemical reactions, form colors over there and make the photograph. So light was having energy inside it. It is still having energy. So light it is another example to show that light is a form of energy. Then the next type of energy which you can come across is electrical energy. Electrical energy. Now see, what is electricity? Electricity is the flow of electrons. When electrons start moving through a place, then we say that electricity is flowing in that conductor or in that substance. So electrons are in itself energy particle, and when they are moving, they are creating electricity, a form of energy they are carrying with themselves. So electrical energy. Now you switch on the fan. So from the power supply, the electric current is reaching to your home, and when you switch on the fan from your board, the current is going to the fan, and then fan starts working, converting that electrical energy into mechanical energy. So here the fan is working on which type of energy? It is working on electrical energy. If there will not be an electrical energy, the fan won't be able to work. So it is utilizing the electrical energy. In the same way, if you switch on the bulb is converting the electrical energy into light energy. Right? Many of the devices which we see around us are mobile phones, refrigerators, air conditioners, all these things are utilizing the electrical energy. Most of the devices are dependent on it. It is a very important form of energy, electrical energy. So you can write down the definition like, it is the energy generated it is the energy generated due to the movement of electrons. It is the energy generated due to the movement of electrons. Now it can be through a wire. If it is happening through a wire, it can be wire. If it is a rod, it can happen through a rod also, if the rod is of metal. So this is what is electrical energy. The other type of energy which you may come across is that heat energy. Heat energy. Like just now I explained that the food which I have eaten, the breakfast which I have taken, that is getting digested into my body and it is getting converted into different forms of energy. Like I am speaking right now, so it is getting converted into sound energy. My body, everyone's body should have a constant temperature so that the organs inside the body should work properly, because if there will be temperature difference, the organs will not work properly, they will be malfunctioning of organs. It will cause problem in the body. So a uniform temperature is to be maintained inside the body. So for maintaining that uniform temperature, some part of food energy which I have taken is utilized to convert into heat energy. My body is liberating heat energy into the surrounding. So that is what again we can see a form of energy called heat energy. Like if you touch your body, you feel warm. So heat energy is being produced. Then if you see sunlight, if you stand in sunlight or keep any object in sunlight, light is falling on any object, then after some time if you touch that object, the object you will feel warmer. So again you see that the light energy along with the heat energy has made the object hot. So it's the heat energy. Like if you switch on the bulb, if you switch on the bulb for some time and then you switch it off and you try to touch the bulb, be aware of this, don't do this, but if you will do it carefully, you will observe that the bulb is quite hot compared to the earlier temperature. So the reason is that when electrical energy was getting converted into light energy, along with it some heat energy was also being produced. Best example you can say room heater or blower. They convert electrical energy into heat energy. You get heat energy from that. Or you burn any substance. When the substance burn, it produces light as well as heat energy. So heat is a very common form of energy which we are able to see around us. The definition you can define it as heat energy is produced by burning of fossil fuels or burning of combustible substance or by friction. Friction also produces heat energy. Like in winters you see people start rubbing their hands together, their palm together. So when the palm is being rubbed, after a few times you feel that it's quite hot, it's warmer. So it gives a soothing effect during winter season because it's quite cold outside. So heat energy is also produced due to friction. Another form of energy which you may see is that magnetic energy. Now magnetic energy will be seen around a magnet, associated with a magnet. So a magnet is a substance which is having small dipoles inside it. That dipoles are made up of two poles, north pole and south pole, and they are so properly arranged in such a way that they create an area around themselves. In that area, if you bring another magnet or if you bring any metal objects like iron, nickel, etc., these objects are attracted by the magnet by a force of attraction. It applies a force, right? So that is called magnetic field of that magnet. So the energy associated with the magnet is called magnetic energy. So magnets are of two types, temporary magnets as well as permanent magnets. Permanent magnets are found in nature. They are taken out from the surface of earth and they are called permanent magnet because their magnetic properties remain for a longer period of time. And temporary magnet is created by us. We can make any object to be magnetic by property, by nature. So if we create a magnet, in that category there is one category of electromagnet. So that is a temporary magnet. It works on electricity. So electricity is arranged in such a way that electrical energy is converted into magnetic energy. Like you must have seen, or you must have seen somewhere, cranes. There are cranes used to lift heavy objects. So these cranes are having an electromagnetic part which is movable, and if you have to lift a heavy car or a heavy container, then the crane, that part is moved to that car, and when the current is supplied, it starts behaving as a magnet. So the car gets stuck to that. Now it is lifted by the crane and taken somewhere wherever desired, and then when you switch the current off, the magnetic field goes away. So the car drops, the magnet gets detached. So in this way, you can see magnetic energy around you. Then the next form of energy is nuclear energy. Nuclear energy. Now see, nuclear energy is what? See, every substance around us is made up of very small particles known as what? You may think of molecules. Molecules are still made up of smaller particles. Yes, it's atoms. So every object in the universe is made up of very small particles known as atoms. Now atom's structure is like what? In the atom is further divided into three subatomic particles. One is called electron, the other one is called proton, and the third one is called neutron. Now the structure of atom is in such a way that proton and neutrons are held together by a strong force of attraction. That force is called as strong nuclear force, which is keeping them together, stuck together. And the electrons are revolving around the nucleus. The electrons are revolving around the nucleus. You must have read in chemistry also. So what happens is that if we try to break an atom, yes, it can be done. If you try to break an atom by using proper things, proper objects, proper experiment setup, then on the breaking of that atom, especially on the breaking of the atom of radioactive elements. Now what is this radioactive element? See, there are 118 elements which have been discovered till now, like oxygen, carbon, nitrogen, hydrogen, helium, lithium, beryllium, sodium, etc. etc. So 118 elements have been discovered till now. Among these 118 elements, some elements are such that they are constantly liberating radiations, energies from them, and they are called as radioactive elements, emitting radiations from them. Now in that category there is one element called uranium. In that category there is an element called uranium. If we take an atom of uranium and that uranium is bombarded with a neutron. A neutron is a particle of atom. So if it is collided with a neutron in a proper setup, that uranium atom breaks into two. It forms barium and thorium, two different types of elements. Plus, tremendous amount of energy is released. Huge amount of energy is released in that process. And this is what happens during the explosion of atom bomb. This is what is happening during the breakdown of atom. It is a principle on which atom bomb is created. So that huge amount of energy is released. So that energy is stored in the nucleus of the atom, so called as nuclear energy. Right? Now, it was one type of it in which the atom is getting breakdown into two. So that is called nuclear fission. It's called nuclear fission, Fission. Whereas there is on another hand another process in which the atoms of two elements combine together to form a different atom of an element, which is called nuclear fusion, 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 combining of two. So which is happening on the surface of the sun. On the surface of the sun, hydrogen is present on the surface of sun in large amount, and the atoms of hydrogen combine together to form helium atom. Hydrogen is combustible as well as helium is also combustible. Both burn to give out heat energy. So they are combining, they are going under chemical reaction and forming helium as well as energy. So this type of energy which is created by either nuclear fusion or nuclear fission is called as nuclear energy. And the nuclear fission one, if we can control the reaction, we can make power plants which can convert that nuclear energy, the heat energy created in that process of nuclear fission, into electrical energy. And we can utilize it. We are doing that by the nuclear power plants. You can go and check out that how nuclear power plant works. You will be amazed that how the process is. So the energy is connected, associated with this is called nuclear energy. Another type of energy which I have been continuously giving out to you from the past 22 minutes, sound energy. Sound energy. How sound energy is created? Like how I am talking to you all, what is happening during this process? The food which I have eaten, the energy which I have got from that food, I am utilizing that energy to blow air through my throat. And in your throat, there is a portion called pharynx. Pharynx and larynx. So these portions are responsible for making a part of neck called voice box. So in that voice box, it is called voice box because there is a membrane, there is a layer of muscle. So when I am blowing the air through my throat, that membrane starts vibrating. And due to the vibration of that membrane, sound is being produced. And that this sound energy is traveling through the air to you through various conversions. So sound energy, always produced when there is any explosion, when there is vibration, to be specific. When there is vibration of any object, sound energy is produced. Right? Because that vibration travels in the medium. The medium here is air. So that vibration is traveling to the air molecule. That disturbance is get transferred to the air molecules. And through the air molecules it is reaching to everyone. So we are able to listen sound we hear to sound every different types of sound around us. So these sound energies are traveling to our ears through the medium called air. So these are all different forms of energy which we are getting to see in our daily life. So the next topic is law of conservation of energy. Law of conservation of energy. Energy, you are well aware that what is energy, different forms we discussed right now. Conservation. Conservation means what? Conservation means that it is preserved. It do not vanishes. It is not getting over. It is not getting to an end. It is preserved. So, the law of conservation of energy says that energy can neither be created, we cannot create any energy without any conversion, and neither it cannot be destroyed. We cannot destroy an energy completely without any conversion. It is just getting converted from one form to another form. Getting my point? Energy cannot be created. Now you may say, sir, we are creating electrical energy. Look, but that is done by the conversion. If it is a hydroelectric power plant, it is utilizing the potential energy of water. Again energy. If it is a thermal power plant, it is utilizing the heat energy of coal, chemical energy. So, energy, we are not creating any energy, right? And neither we are destroying any energy. Now you say, you are speaking, so sound energy. So it is getting transferred to other objects. The sun, there is reaction going on. The reaction substances are burning, hydrogen is burning. So light and heat energy is being produced. So energy is getting transformed from one form to another. This is what law of conservation of energy means to say. So you may write down the law of conservation of energy. Those students who feel that I am speaking fast, you can change the video settings from YouTube. You can make the video slower the speed, or you can go back in the video and again you can write down. So the law of conservation of energy states that energy can neither be created nor it can be destroyed. Very basic, very simple law. So let us see some of the transformations happening around us. Like I am standing here in the class and the fan is running. So the fan is running on what? Electrical energy. Electrical energy is getting converted into mechanical energy because the fan is moving. The bulb, I switch on the bulb, then again the light, the energy which is coming from the bulb has come from the transformation of electrical energy. People outside in the lawn are grazing, or they are trimming the grasses. So they are using the machines, the lawn mower. So that machine is again working on energy and converting that electrical energy into mechanical energy. In the same way, you can see around yourself very different examples in which one of the energy is getting converted into another. Like I have given the example of electric bulb, speaker, I am speaking, then you are able to listen through your phones. So cell phone, the speaker of the cell phone is converting electrical energy into mechanical energy, producing sound energy. Electric motor, a fan is an example of electric motor, or motor which you use at your home for filling the tanks. That is again example, electrical energy converted into mechanical. Electric iron, which we use to press the clothes, so that converts electrical energy into heat energy. Steam engine, earlier railway engines were running on steam, so they were utilizing the heat energy and converting into mechanical energy. Torch uses the electrical energy, convert into light energy. Solar cells solar cells, solar panels have been made, which on receiving sunlight convert that solar energy into electrical energy. So these are different ways in which we see that energy is transformed from one form to another. The next topic is sources of energy. Sources of energy. So see, energy is obtained from somewhere, right? Energy is obtained from somewhere, from anywhere, wherever it is getting, energy is obtained from there. So there is a source of energy always. So that source can be classified into two categories. One is called renewable source of energy. And the other one is called non-renewable source of energy. Renewable source of energy is what? The word in itself will explain the meaning. RENEW. Renew. So the energy which can be regained. They can exist for a very long period of time. They can be obtained again and again. So that type of energy is called as renewable source of energy. And non-renewable source of energy are those energy which are available on earth in a limited stock. Once they are over, either they cannot be regained, or if they can be regained, it will take a very long period of time. So such type of energy will be called non-renewable source of energy. Example of renewable source of energy: solar energy, which is very popular nowadays. So solar panels are there. These are the devices which on receiving sunlight convert that light energy into electrical energy. So sun is going to be there for millions of years. So we can obtain the solar energy again and again because it is coming from sun, which is an eternal source. So it's an example of renewable energy. Solar energy. Right. Now on solar energy, some devices which are popular are solar cooker. There is a setup in which there is a box like arrangement, and in that box like arrangement containers are there, and there is a glass sheet. That glass sheet, that mirror, when sunlight falls on it, it makes it to fall inside the container, inside the box like arrangement. And the inside of box is painted with black color because black is good absorber of heat. So it gets heated up. Now it gets heated up to such a temperature that the food, if it is kept, the uncooked food, raw food inside that container, utilizing the heat energy of the sun, it can cook the food. So that becomes a solar cooker. So solar cooker, solar water heater, solar power plant have been made using lots and lots of solar panels, converting huge amount of sunlight's energy into electrical energy and supplying it to the city. Such amount of electrical energy is being produced. So it's a solar power plant. Solar cell, like a solar cell, a single panel is there connected to a street lamp. So street lamp, they get charged during the daytime, and when during the evening or night time, they utilize the electrical energy formed by the help of solar panel, solar cell. But there are some disadvantages of solar energy. What are that? if the sun is not clearly visible in the sky, the energy won't be able to be utilized, because electrical energy will not be produced, because it is being produced by the conversion of the solar energy. So if the sun, the source, is not there in the sky, no electrical energy will be produced. So this becomes a disadvantage, especially during the rainy season, the season right now. Usually the sun is not visible clearly, so the solar energy fails there, because if there will be no sun, no electrical energy. Then what is the other disadvantage? Due to the movement of earth, it is not predictable that when sun will be there and when energy will be produced. During daytime it will be produced, but when it will be night, no sun in the sky, no energy will be produced. So it is not going to give you continuous energy. Third is that the equipments, the devices which are used, solar panel, solar bulbs working on the solar panel, the devices where the energy is stored, these are very expensive till now, because the elements used to make them are expensive, rare. So it is expensive, it is costly. Then other example of renewable energy you can see is that wind energy. Wind energy. So wind energy is the energy used by the energy which is stored in the moving air. A moving air is called wind. So the energy which a wind is having is utilized. By the help of what? By the help of windmill. Now windmill, you must have seen somewhere, or you can see on YouTube. It's a long pillar-like structure on which there is a fan-like structure, blades, having blades, long blades. So when the wind passes through that fan, it starts rotating, and through that a generator is connected, and that generator starts producing electrical energy. So wind energy is converted into electrical energy. So now wind is going to be available for a very long time, so it will come under renewable source of energy. Then some other renewable source of energy are tidal energy. Tidal energy is the energy which is utilized by the help of tides. Tides are the waves created in the oceans or seas. So when the huge waves are created, that energy of that wave which is getting to a certain height, when that energy is utilized, it is called tidal energy. That energy is converted into electrical energy. So tidal energy, there is proper equipments for that. Then the other one is geothermal energy. Geothermal energy is the energy utilization of energy stored inside the surface of earth. So inside the surface of earth, there are some places where there is high temperature. So that high temperature is utilized to make some water boil, convert it into steam, and that steam is used to run the turbine. Turbine is again blade-like arrangement which moves. So on moving of turbine, it is connected to generator, start producing electrical energy. So geothermal energy. Hydroelectric energy. Hydroelectric energy, in this, along a sea or ocean or river, a dam is constructed. And this makes the river of the water to collect at one side up to a certain height, and then there is gates present at the top of the dam, D-A-M. So when the gates are opened, the water starts falling from that height. and from that huge large height, when the water is falling, it is having potential energy when the water is at a height, and when it starts moving, that potential energy is converted into kinetic energy. And when that water falling at a high speed falls on a turbine, so makes the turbine to run, to rotate, and through that turbine is connected a generator which starts producing electrical energy. So in this way a proper power plant is set up, which is called hydroelectric power plant. So hydroelectricity. So these are all the examples of renewable source of energy. The next one is non-renewable source of energy, which I explained that which cannot be regained. Like you are burning a coal, then that coal has been made from the degradation of organic compounds at a high pressure inside the surface of earth for millions of years. And when you are burning that coal burns to give out heat and light energy and gets converted into ashes. It vanishes. So if you are burning a huge amount of coal daily, there will be a time when there will be very less amount of coal available on the earth. The same goes for petrol and diesel and petroleum products also, because they are formed by the decomposition of the degradation of the organic substances inside the surface of earth at high pressure for millions of years. Then they are converted into fossil fuels. So they are in a limited stock present on the earth. That is why we are always saying that save fuel, save petrol, save diesel. Because if we are not going to utilize it judiciously, it will get exhausted and our future generations won't be able to use them, because they will not be available on the earth. So that is what non-renewable source of energy. So fossil fuels are the examples of non-renewable source of energy. In fossil fuels there comes coal, petrol, diesel, etc. Lot of paper, even paper is made from wood, and plants, they grow for a long period of time. So fossil fuels. So these are the two types of sources of energy, renewable and non-renewable. The next topic is conservation of energy. Conservation, as I told, to preserve something, to store and keep it for a longer period of time. So if we are continuously using the fossil fuels, they will get depleted someday. So there should be conservation of energy. We should utilize them judiciously so that they exist on earth for a longer period of time. So we should conserve energy. We should use limited amount. If you have to go a shorter distance, take a walk. Why to take a bike? Why to take a car? Why to burn fossil fuels? So in this way we can conserve. So there are more options for conservation of energy, like we give more emphasis, more importance to renewable sources of energy. Utilization of solar energy instead of the electricity being produced by thermal energy. Utilization of hydroelectricity. So there are some more options like bioconversion. Bioconversion means that you are using any substance is there, like waste material of vegetables, waste material of fruits, organic products. So they can be decomposed and converted into manure. Instead of using chemical manures, we can use organic manures. So these manures will be good for the plant and they will provide energy back to the plant. So instead of throwing them away, you're not utilizing them, we can convert them through bioconversion. We can make biogas. Biogas is prepared by the using of waste material coming from cow and buffaloes, cow dung. So the cow dung is stored in a place, in a container made on the under the ground, and that is stored along with water. Now that paste of cow dung with water, when the container is closed, in the absence of oxygen, less amount of oxygen, some bacteria grow inside that. These bacteria and yeast inside that starts fermenting it. So on the biodegradation, fermentation of decomposition of that substance, it starts converting into manure, as well as it produces a gas called methane. So methane is a combustible gas, and that gas can be conveyed from using the pipes to the kitchen of the house, to the gas stove, and that can be burned to prepare food. So instead of using LPG, we will be using biogas. So LPG will be saved, it will remain for a longer period of time, and this will keep the energy for a longer duration. Energy from waste products. Today now you can see a lot of examples on Facebook and YouTube. From waste products we can produce energy. From plastics, degradation of plastic, we can produce energy. From degradation of biodegradable substance, we can produce energy. So instead of throwing away the waste in unusual manner, we can utilize the waste product also to produce energy, and thus we can give the demand of energy which is being asked by the population by the help of waste products energy, and we can save the fossil fuels, the less amount of energies for a longer period of time, and even the generations after generation will be able to use that. So this is the conservation of energy. The wise and economic use of energy. The wise and economic use of energy is known as conservation of energy. So we can do this conservation of energy by promoting solar energy. People are not aware of it, promote it, let them know this thing, ask them to do this. Using water judiciously. Drinking water is present in very less amount, so use it properly. Do not allow the tap to flow, water to flow continuously, it is getting into drains. So pay attention to that. Using and maintaining fuel efficient vehicles. The vehicles which are running on fuel, they should be properly serviced at time, so that they utilize less fuel to do the work. Avoiding wasting electricity. When not in use, switch off the fans, switch off the lights, switch off the devices working on electricity. Pay attention to this. If we start paying attention and we start telling other also, it will bring a huge change. Using the domestic fuel judiciously. So using the fuels properly, right? So by this the chapter gets over. With the doubts we will meet in the class.